This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a man serving 35 years in prison for killing a man from Exeter has died.
Jeffrey Sibley pleaded guilty to the July 1996 murder of Aaron White. White was shot to death in the woods behind a way station on Interstate 95 in Kittery. A statement from the Department of Corrections says 66-year-old Sibley died at Maine State Prison at around 2:30 this morning. His death was attended by medical personnel.
Meanwhile, a federal circuit court has reinstated a ban on lobster fishing gear in a nearly 1,000 square mile area off the coast to try to protect endangered whales. The National Marine Fisheries Service issued new regulations last year that prohibited lobster fishing with vertical buoy lines in part of the fall and winter in that particular area. The ruling was intended to prevent North Atlantic right whales, which number less than 340 now, from becoming entangled. The U.S. District Court for the District of Maine issued a preliminary injunction to halt the enforcement of that rule. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the First Circuit in Boston vacated that ruling on Tuesday. In a joint statement, Governor Mills and Maine's congressional delegation said, quote, "Once again, Maine's lobstermen have been unfairly targeted by a misguided court decision. Today's ruling fails to acknowledge the substantial steps that Maine's lobster industry has already taken to comply with gear change rules to protect the North Atlantic right whale. We are deeply disappointed and will continue to strongly advocate for our state's lobster industry," end quote.
The Maine Public Utilities Commission has launched an investigation into T-Mobile's phone numbering practices. The investigation comes after the North American Numbering Plan Administrator's announcement last month that Maine's 207 area code is predicted to exhaust in 2025. In response, the Commission has been closely monitoring the numbering forecasts of all providers. After reviewing T-Mobile's number resource requests between January 2021 and April 2022, the Commission claims it has reason to question the company's numbering practices, including the rate at which old numbers are returned to the system. In a statement, Maine Public Utilities Commission Chair Philip L. Bartlett II said in part, quote, "This case is part of our ongoing effort to extend the life of Maine's single 207 area code. Last year, we opened a case to look into the numbering practices of Verizon Wireless, and we are now doing the same with T-Mobile, as they may also be using unrealistic forecasting goals, unnecessarily tying up available phone numbers," end quote.
Well, Maine's four largest health systems and the Maine CDC have made their triennial health needs assessment report available. The objective of the extensive report is to turn collected data into health improving actions. Our Dylan Holloway gives us a closer look.
The Maine Shared Community Health Needs Assessment has released its state and county health reports. This assessment is a collaborative effort between Maine's largest health systems, Northern Light Health, Maine Health, Central Maine Health, Maine General Health, as well as the Maine CDC.
And our mission and goal is to conduct a statewide health needs assessment so that we can understand what our community's health priorities are and what their gaps and barriers are to good health.
Program Manager Joe Morrissey says the assessment will help the health groups understand where to place their resources in order to make Maine, quote, "the healthiest state in the nation."
So what is it that's driving ill health? What are the barriers to ill health? And then what's working to keep people healthy so that we can continue doing those things?
Morrissey says the assessment relies on data sources such as the U.S. Census and the Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance Survey. She says that data is used to poll the community.
And then from the information we get back from the community, we ask them to then vote on what their most important health priorities are for the community.
According to Morrissey, some of the standouts from this assessment included concerns related to youth mental health and substance use.
And then, of course, the access to care issues. Are people able to afford the care? Do they have insurance coverage? Do they have physicians within their area, especially specialty physicians and surgeons, to enable them to get the care that they need in their communities where they live?
She encourages those who want to learn more to visit mainechna.org. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Amid a statewide housing crisis, a creative approach to housing could provide a unique opportunity for renters. Our A.J. Douglas spoke with an organization working to restore historic structures by offering special rental agreement options.
The National Park Service has an open long-term lease agreement for the historic McGlashan-Nickerson House in Calais. Maine Preservation has had the home listed on their most endangered historic buildings list since 2018, and the unique lease agreement aims to facilitate the needed improvements.
The lessee would agree to rehabilitate the home at their own expense through their own investment, and that investment would go towards an offset for any rent. So it's conceivable that with the work that needs to be done now and ongoing maintenance and stewardship of this site, that investment would amount to not having rent potentially.
Kelly says a previous estimate from 2018 revealed renovation costs could be $250,000. However, additional costs are possible depending on what the renter looks to use the building for.
If one were to use it for a commercial business, there might be other expenses involved with that, and that estimate may go up to about $1 million.
One longtime Calais resident talks about the possibility of the historic home being restored.
It was here when I came here 13 years ago. I think the community would love it. You know, it's a beautiful area, so I think it would go a long way in improving the area for sure.
Kelly says Maine Preservation is committed to restoring significant buildings by restoring them to continued use properties.
So it's really important that we invest in what we have. There's a reason that Maine attracts so much tourism and interest from folks outside of the state, and it's because it's a place unlike anywhere else, and these historic buildings are really a vital component of that.
Maine Preservation has released their 2022 Most Endangered Historic Buildings list. Details can be found by visiting mainepreservation.org. In Calais, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Meanwhile, York County saw some severe thunderstorms last night. CMP Vice President of Electric Operations Adam DeRozier says the towns of Standish, Limerick, and Leamington in particular saw significant tree damage due to the storms. He says crews were on standby anticipating the storm and worked throughout the night to make restorations and continued those efforts throughout today.
There might be a few customers that lag into the night as where some of these camp roads we're working on now have pretty extensive tree damage, and it's been tough to get the roads open and get the crews down in there to those places.
Well, he wants to remind people to always stay away from any downed wires and give crews plenty of space while they make those restoration efforts. And for the most part, it would seem like we escaped severe weather last night. Either that or I slept even more heavily than I usually do. Curious to see what's coming at us in the next few days.
Absolutely, yeah. I think many areas grateful to not be hit, especially too hard by those storms. But yeah, another pretty nice day out there today.
Absolutely, and with a little bit more on what we can expect, at least in the coming hours, let's take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth and Peter, thank you. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation with offices in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono. And okay, for us, look what we did today. Highs back in the low to mid 80s. We'll take it and get used to temperatures like this because there's more on the way. We could do mid 80s by this weekend. The wind out of the northwest today around 8 miles per hour. Not a big deal. It'll actually go calm for a couple hours tonight and tomorrow morning before kicking up out of the west tomorrow around 10 through the afternoon. A couple of clouds out there. No, not a big deal for anybody, but off to the west of us, there's something over here that will likely bring us a couple of thunder showers tomorrow, especially through the afternoon. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, a bit humid out there at low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter?
And so we'll be waiting for a little more detail on that a little bit later.
Absolutely. And then in the meantime, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, Great Pond Mountain Conservation Trust officials gather in Orland to launch a campaign aimed at protecting wildlife. And
United Way of Eastern Maine announces programs and nonprofits that will benefit from new funding. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6.
Selling your home is a big job. You need a team to help pull it off. Real estate is no joke, and these cats ain't laughing.
You know, I think we can get you more for your home.
We just posted your house online and we're already getting great response.
Buy or sell confidently with Mark and Nancy.
Actually, it's Nancy and Mark.
Right, Nancy and Mark Rowe. Experience, personality, results. I'm sold.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Due to phenomenal demand, the Backstreet Boys are back. The record-breaking DNA World Tour continues. Brian, Kevin, Howie, Nick, and AJ. Backstreet Boys. Main Savings Amphitheater, July 21st. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. For more, check backstreetboys.com.
Welcome to Bennett's Gems and Jewelry in Belfast. With beautifully crafted gemstone jewelry you'll be proud to own or give as a gift. See why our longtime customers call Bennett's their favorite gift store, with an irresistible selection of genuine Maine tourmaline, fine jewelry, and gemstone giftware. Bennett's Gems also pays cash for your old gold and silver. Open till 6 every day, even Sunday. Bennett's Gems and Jewelry is on Route 1 in Belfast, next to Perry's Nut House. Look for our famous pink dinosaur and prepare to be delighted.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
I work long hours to provide for my family, but with runaway inflation, it's getting harder to make ends meet. Instead of lowering costs for families, Washington liberals are attacking America's tech innovators. That's the wrong agenda at the wrong time. The left's bill will destroy jobs, make China stronger, and America weaker. Working people like me will pay the price. No Republican senator should support this liberal agenda. Tell Senate conservatives to reject the left's bill.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back. Officials with Great Pond Mountain Conservation Trust and others gathered in Orland to launch a major campaign that aims to protect wildlife as well as promote climate resilience in Hancock County. Our Sierra Jordan has the story.
It's a fine day for conservation in Orland, it's a fine day for conservation in Hancock County, and it's a fine day for conservation in Maine.
Shortly after 10 a.m., lawmakers, along with the members of the Great Pond Mountain Conservation Trust, gathered at the Wildlands to launch a new campaign of major land acquisitions.
$2.36 million growing the capital campaign by announcing that donors have contributed $1.8 million in cash and pledges, putting us at 77% of goal.
Darian says a major highlight of the campaign was securing an additional 355 acres for the wildlands on the Dead River, protecting them from development. Other highlights include an investment to improve the trails, roads, and bridges in the wildlands, as well as providing funds for future land acquisitions.
It has already protected nearly 5,000 acres of land here in Orland, and the capital campaign seeks to raise additional money to protect additional acreage and to be able to manage the acreage that they already own.
Cutco says during the pandemic they had an historic attendance in 2021.
Our state parks welcomed 3.3 million visitors, which was an all-time high. The last 2 years we've topped 3 million, and we had never done that before.
He says many visitors come to the state parks to enjoy hiking the trails, taking a dip in lakes or rivers, and other outdoor activities.
For your spiritual and mental and physical well-being, so people really appreciate the outdoors, and that's something else that makes this project really valuable to the people of Maine.
In Orland, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, after a long month of fundraising, Maine credit unions were able to raise $121,000 for the Ending Hunger campaign. Starting June 1st, the Maine Credit Union League encouraged their members, businesses, and the public to make donations to help those who are suffering from food insecurity. Donations were accepted both online and within union branches, with 25% of proceeds raised online benefiting Good Shepherd Food Bank exclusively. Assistant Vice President of the Maine Credit Union League explained their approach to addressing hunger at a local level.
To combat this issue, it's more than just raising money. It's an important part of it. So talking about hunger, identifying the root causes, those are all issues that we care about and we're trying to work through with partners across the state like Good Shepherd Food Bank.
Since 1990, the Maine Credit Union League's campaign for ending hunger has raised more than $11.3 million, including $930,000 in food and cash contributions just last year.
United Way of Eastern Maine announced the recipients of recent investments intended to help people in need. Our Matthew Juroncic has more.
On Wednesday, United Way of Eastern Maine announced a $2.2 million investment over the next 3 years to support nonprofits, communities, and residents across Eastern Maine. For the organization's president, Shira Patterson, she could not wait for this day to finally come.
It's an incredible day, and it's wonderful to be here in person with all of these partners to celebrate.
The group will disperse more than 50 awards to nonprofits and programs across Eastern Maine whose goals are to help the community, specifically individuals and families struggling with housing, childcare, and food insecurity. With many groups in need, Erin Berry of the reviewing board shared what she learned from this year's applicants.
It was just so incredibly moving to see, one, how much need there is in the community, but inspiring to me that there's such great agencies and programs that are here and able to address it.
Those who have been accepted into the program must demonstrate making an impact toward the group's 2028 bold goals, including promoting self-sufficiency for all, prevention, treatment, and recovery support from substance abuse disorder, as well as guaranteeing all children have quality early learning experiences. Many groups already have planned for what to do with this money, including Rebecca Kirk with the Eastern Area Agency on Aging.
We're going to be funded for our Place at the Table program, and we know that food insecurity among seniors is something that's only continuing to grow. So being a part of the United Way initiatives moving forward for the next 3 years is going to be key for us to be able to meet this continuing need.
Reporting from Brewer, Matthew Juroncic, ABC7, Fox 22.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, Dunkin' called on Americans to enjoy Iced Coffee Day while helping bring joy to kids in local hospitals.
And in sports, hear how 2 former PCHS athletes plan to continue the legacy of their late coach. We'll have that story right after the break.
Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. The Rockzilla Tour with very special guests, Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves. Friday, July 29th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Mainly Supplements near the Bangor Mall. We provide a variety of protein, pre-workout, vitamins, and healthy snacks to fuel your body for a peak performance.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, last week, the Maine high school athletics community lost one of their leaders when former PCHS athletic director Joe Gallant passed unexpectedly at the age of 57. Gallant has impacted people in all walks of life through his work. He was a PE and health teacher, a soccer and track coach, and the athletic director. And those who knew him say his impact reached every single person he met.
He's continued relationships with athletes well beyond them graduating, like myself. And I think he's just always been a presence in so many people's lives.
I think if you just take a peek at his Facebook page, that alone shows you his legacy, the outpouring of love and just heartbreak from former students, current students, colleagues, family. He touched so many people.
Now, in his memory, both Hillary and Charlie decided to start the Joseph Gallant Memorial Scholarship Fund, which will award a PCHS student athlete with scholarship money each year. And they say the memorial is the perfect way to keep Gallant's legacy alive.
He loved to see his athletes and his students succeed, so I think it's just a natural progression for him to be able to still impact them, even though he's not here, in some fashion with their education.
And to think about some of the students I've talked to recently who are just devastated at this loss, how proud he would be to see them, go on to school and play sports and, do what they loved, what he loved, in his honor.
Thoughts to the entire PCHS community, but what's such a great way to remember him. And PCHS will hold a remembrance celebration for Gallant on August 17th at 7 p.m. All right, let's shift gears now and talk some golf, because down south it was cut-down day at the Maine Amateur Championship with the final round set for Thursday. To Webhannock Golf Club we go, where the weather has been picture perfect. Let's begin on 10. Webhannock's own Joe Alvarez knocking down a tough par putt. He's currently at 6 over on the tournament. Then 13-time Maine and champ Mark Plummer with a short par putt on number 11. But really the story was defending champion Caleb Manuel, who was on fire all day. Here on 4, Caleb with a tough putt to save par, and then later on 5, after a great tee shot, Caleb able to knock down a birdie putt. He fired in an 8 under. That puts him at 63 and is back on top of the leaderboard with a 2-stroke lead on Mike Arsenal. So Manuel holds that 2-stroke lead with just 1 day left. Meanwhile, on the high school basketball circuit, both Ace and Cooper Flagg received yet another college offer. You can add West Virginia University to the schools to offer both Cooper and Ace, as the two announced the news via social media on Wednesday. The Mountaineers are the first Power 5 school to offer Ace, while Cooper adds WVU to his list that already includes schools such as Duke and UCLA. And while we're talking flags, the town of Newport is holding a parade for Cooper Flagg to welcome him back after capturing the gold medal with Team USA. And if you're in the area, there's still a little bit of time to get there. It'll start around 7 p.m. off exit 157 and end at Nokomis High School Gymnasium. We'll have full coverage of that later tonight at 10 and 11. Already that's sports. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Dave, thank you. We're going to crank up the heat again. Highs back in the mid-80s today for a few of us, followed by more of that on the way, especially getting into this weekend. All right, today, though, 84 here in Bangor, 83 Bar Harbor, 82 for Millinocket. We'll take it. This is about what we're supposed to be for middle July, and tomorrow, about the same, but there'll be some thunder showers across our region tomorrow. Right now, the wind is out of the northwest, around 5 to 10, not a factor all day long today. But tomorrow, it will begin to pick up just a bit. So tonight, it'll go calm for a couple hours, followed by a west wind tomorrow. That could get a little gusty near 15, especially through the afternoon. Okay, so allergies. If you're sneezing, not tree pollen, not the grass pollen, not the weed either, it's the mold right now. In the high to very high category. That's rare for this time of the year, but likely staying that way for a couple of days around here. Let's look at the drought monitor. So this is where it's been dry across the U.S. and decades, of course, of drought across the West, causing all sorts of problems there. But for us, we're getting a little dry, as you know. We could use some rainfall. Your garden's probably thirsty. This is not a drought by any stretch of the imagination, but this is definitely getting some dryness out there. We could use some rain, and there is some rainfall, a little bit of rainfall on the way for us for tomorrow. Not tonight, though. Lots of clear skies are out there right now. It's going to be a gorgeous evening. Low temperatures down near 60. Partly cloudy skies. We'll take it, but there is a little something to the west of us right there. That is moving this way. So tomorrow, there'll be some energy in the area, likely arriving midday through about this time tomorrow evening, and that could mean some scattered showers and a couple of thunder showers out there, likely non-severe, but if you get under one, there could be some locally heavy rainfall for a couple minutes. And behind that, there's another system. So this guy over here, that will be in our backyards, likely later on Sunday into Monday of next week. Okay, so rainfall, it's not going to be a lot. This is not going to be a water your garden kind of thing, but maybe a tenth of an inch of rainfall across our region between early tomorrow morning and later tomorrow night, and with a couple of thunder showers in the area. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to actually mostly clear skies for a while. Not so low temperatures down near 59, and a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, okay, so partly cloudy skies through the morning, and then mostly cloudy through the afternoon with a couple of thunder showers out there. I put 81 for a high. A couple of us could get stuck in the upper 70s tomorrow with that southwest wind around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows the story. So 81 for tomorrow, 82 for Friday, a couple of thunder showers around Friday, about 20% coverage on those. Not a big deal. Don't cancel your plans. And then look at the weekend. Saturday, 84, Sunday, 85, Monday, 86. Our next chance for rain tomorrow and Friday morning on Monday afternoon. Beth?
That is a long, hot stretch coming our way.
It really is, but looking like a great weekend to get out ahead.
Absolutely. All right. Well, there is still more to come, so stay with us.
Gas and heating oil prices are the highest ever. Why? Because Joe Biden and the liberals in Congress took a hard left turn and dragged Jared Golden with them. Biden and Golden turned off more American energy production, stopping pipelines and exploration, looking to buy from our enemies. They are going the wrong way. Mainers need relief, not empty promises. Tell Jared Golden to help open American energy production and lower the price of gas.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-209-5384 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour. The must-see show of 2022. Saturday, July 23rd in Main Saving Amphitheater. With special guest Ingrid Andress. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or Ticketmaster.com. Keith Urban, the Speed of Now World Tour.
Skudik & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit SkudikandBloom.com or call 844-SKUDIK.
Tonight, President Biden's first official visit to the Middle East, plus the fallout from the hearing as more insiders speak up about that day. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
Finally tonight, this past May, Dunkin' called on Americans to enjoy Iced Coffee Day while helping bring joy to kids in local hospitals. On May 25th, $1 from every iced coffee purchase at participating Dunkin' restaurants nationwide supported the Dunkin' Joy in Childhood Foundation's mission. On Tuesday, Dunkin' of Maine announced $55,000 will be donated to the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital at Maine Medical Center. Thanks to support from guests nationwide, Dunkin' Iced Coffee Day collectively raised $1.8 million to support kids in children's hospitals throughout the country. Now, with this year's grant, Barbara Bush Children's Hospital will hire a dedicated gaming technology assistant. And wow, talk about seeing the fruits of your labor. $55,000 going to, one of the premier medical facilities in the country and certainly in the state of Maine, specifically for kids. Awesome.
Yeah, it's great to see where that money's going.
Yeah.
And anyone who bought an iced coffee that day can know that their money went to a very good cause.
Very good cause. Yep. Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC 7 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.